Why, hello there, my captains, and welcome back. We are back again on THG, Demo 401. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, okay, why am I back here again? Well, the truth is, yeah, I've played this quite a few times now, and I've shown it to you guys in various different ways. But the one thing I haven't done yet was play through the entire thing for you guys. Now, when this demo first came out, yeah, I did play through the whole thing. But since then, it's gone through some changes, and I only focused on like those added areas and not went through the entire thing. So today I am going to go through the entire mega demo for you guys. And this is, I know that we're all still waiting for 1.5 to come out. It is October of 2022 now, so yeah. So, all right, let's get into it, okay? Now, I guess I'm gonna do at night. Yeah, I'll do at night. All right, so we're going to begin the tour. Alright, so now we are in Demo 401. Now, I know I tried doing this in a live stream early on in the summer. It was like my first live stream. I was a little nervous while doing that, and because I was hoping that it would go perfect. Unfortunately, towards the end, it didn't go perfect. It's really started to lag real bad, and that was a nightmare. I had to end the stream early, unfortunately, before I could even go throughout the rest of the demo. But that's okay. So, for the meantime, we'll just go through this until they can come out with version 1.5, which hopefully the lag will be so much better, and they'll fix some issues with the demo. I'm sure you guys can see that kind of weird glitching on the windows. I don't know if that's just the demo or if that's like my computer. It might be my computer. I don't know. It's starting to get kind of old. I mean, other than that, like this demo actually runs fairly smoothly. I mean, it has its hiccups, but it runs fairly smoothly on my computer. So right now we're just kind of wandering around the reception room. It's funny because in this chair, in the previous demos, they had like the cufflink, which was an Easter egg from Adventure Out of Time. Unfortunately, they took all those Easter eggs out. Get a look at these lino light bulbs. piano. Yeah, you know, I'm wondering when 1.5 is going to come out, because I know they're going to have a lot more stuff added to that demo. They're going to add the engine room. I think I read something about how you might be able to see the turbine room, like from a doorway. I'm not sure. I might have read that wrong. But they're going to add, like this current demo, I think, if I remember correctly, is either 30 or 35% of the ship. Anywhere between that point. And with the newest version, there's going to be all the way up to 50% of the ship, which is a lot. And of course, if you've been following THG like I have, practically religiously, they're going to be adding a lot of the crew areas as well. So like the cargo holds, and even like a crew galley underneath the forecastle deck. I can't wait to see that. And there's going to be other stuff as well. And I'm hoping, because there's going to be 2 versions of the 1.5 version, and one's going to be free. I think on their website, I'm assuming. And that is so cool. That buffet, so detailed. And then the other version is going to be on Steam. Now, I thought I heard, I don't know if it was from one of their update videos or if I read it somewhere, but I think they're going to be putting in those like logbook entries just kind of as a test to see what people think. So I guess you can kind of call it a real world test. At least that's what I thought I heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on that. Nice. And I also hope that, I really, really, really hope that this is in VR. I really want to explore this ship in virtual reality. I know they said at one time with these demos that they were not going to do that. But with the 1.5, I'm hoping that they do. Really, really hoping that they do. Especially if they're going to be releasing it on Steam, which I believe you're going to have to pay for that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the paid version. Only because I think there is more features with that, with the paid version, than there will be with the free version. So I'm hoping that VR is one of them, and that it's, if they do manage to succeed on that, hopefully it'll be a lot better than Demo 3, to where you don't have the teleportation, where it's just like how I'm doing right now, just walking, free roam, I can look up, whatever. And hopefully, hopefully there will be no ways to fall through floors or teleport through floors. If they do manage to do look at the reflection on the window. I love that. That's detail that I really, really love. Just the reflection of the hallway on the window. That's so cool. If they do manage to get VR up and running for this, hopefully, if they have to do teleportation, then I'll be okay with that as long as it's in VR. But I hope that they can manage to get it to be just natural. Alright, we're going to go down a little bit. Just going to go over here. Okay. Now, it makes me wonder if in the upcoming version of this, if this gate will be open or if it'll still be closed. Alright, so next to the squash court. This is so spooky at night. Super, super spooky. Now, many of you probably viewing this may have seen my Titanic Adventure Out of Time versus THG and the comparisons, and it's proved to be a pretty popular series that I was doing. I do plan on doing one more video on that. Did I go back here? Oh yeah. So this is cool, like a secret little passageway. I don't know if this would be like, I don't think that would be somebody's cabin. That'd be like really stupid. Just off to nowhere. Anyway, like I was saying, it's proved to be very popular, and I hope that I can get one more out when the 1.5 version comes out for this demo, because that will have like the cargo holds, the engine room, so this way I can kind of compare Adventure Out of Time's engine room with THG's engine room. Same thing with the cargo rooms. Although the cargo holds, it's on Adventure Out of Time are just basically one hallway with gates and doors. Kind of weird. This is so cool. I was also thinking of maybe even doing another THG, like a Titanic VR versus THG comparison as well. Like a then and now, like another now and then series, but updated with Demo 401. Which that has proved to probably be some of my most popular series that I've ever made. Alright, so now we're in the lowest part of the mailroom. It's like upstairs it feels so warm and inviting, and down here it just feels like dingy and scary, and like I don't know if I'd want to be in here. at night. Like, look at that. Look how dark it is over here. Like, just compared to the upstairs. Got the little elevator right over there. And a little lamp right there. It kind of going back to VR there for a minute. I tried to get this demo to work in VR because I know they kind of kept the whole virtual interface in the Unreal Engine. However, it's not something that works very well. And I tried it multiple times since the release of this demo, and I couldn't get it, but I finally got it shortly before I started making this video. And to say the least, yeah, no. While I managed to get it to work in VR, actually moving around and binding the controllers just didn't work. I tried to use my keyboard to move around. I was able to move for about a few feet and look around for like 2 seconds using the mouse, and then it just stopped working. And then I couldn't go anywhere. And then on top of that, if you guys have ever watched VR videos, you know the head movements when people's heads move because the headset is on their heads. Well, let's just say it's like 100 times worse than what you might see in most other videos. The very slightest head movement is like in the VR just causes like severe head shaking, like the camera. So okay, I'll try to imitate it like right here. So let's say I'm perfectly still, okay? And then I just slightly move my head, like I want to move my head over this way, but it'll go like this. That's what I was seeing in my headset. And my head was barely moving. It was really bad. But yeah, I couldn't get it to work perfectly, but oh well. That's why I hope that they manage to get VR working for the next update. Alright, so that's the cargo hold, or at least one of the small cargo holds. So let's go upstairs. So now we're back on D deck. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head down to E deck. That's a very nice painting. And also another thing, everybody. Ooh, yeah, that's beautiful. Absolutely love the detail. Oh yeah, here we go. I always got to do this. Whee! Just look up and just go like, wow, that's so beautiful. We'll head over this way. if they manage to get VR working in this, I don't know how many of you guys are VR users out there, and if you guys follow other VR channels on YouTube, but I think we need to come together and go to these like big YouTube stars like that are VR enthusiasts, and we need to tell them they need to play this in VR. So like I watch VR channels on YouTube like MRTV, Voodoo DE, and I watch what is it, Virtual Oasis, Thrill Seeker, all these big guys that have been on here for a while. I'm sure there's others, but those are some of the big ones. And they always, when they're reviewing the games, they're always saying like, oh yeah, this is like, the coolest, not the coolest, but like the most detailed game that you could get in VR. The thing is, I'm not sure if they know about THG or if they've ever tried Demo 3 in VR. I know there was one. I thought I was subscribed to him at one point, but I'm not sure if I am now. But there was one that did cover this demo when it came out. It was actually no. It was all the way back in Demo 1. Yeah, Demo 1. Not Demo 3. Oh no, he did Demo 3 as well. But I think a shortened version of it. But anyway, like I was saying, we need to get these guys to, if THG can get this in VR, they need to see this. Because this, as far as I can tell, is the most detailed game in VR. Like, this triumphs any other game right now. I know there's like some areas of THG where it's not complete realism, where you can definitely tell it's it's graphics, but then there's other areas where it just looks like it's real. Like I took a picture from my cell phone. All right, the Turkish bath. All right, here we are in the Turkish bath. The beautiful Turkish bath. Maybe I'll revisit Demo 3 in VR again and just to kind of look at this, because before Demo 401, man, I loved putting, like, I stopped using the standard version of Demo 3, and I'd always put on my headset and look at this in VR. I know, but I'm talking about VR a lot today here in this episode. It's something I definitely highly recommend. It, especially with stuff like this, games like this. Just to see the photorealism and the awesomeness, the detail. It's just so cool. I don't understand how some people are like, oh, VR is dumb and or it's for little kids or blah blah blah. No, it's not. Got a weighing machine right here. We got like a little lockers. Now that's kind of another thing I hope they bring back in the newest version is those whatchamacallit. You know, let's go check this out here real quick. What are they called? What's it called? The info box. That's what it's called. I do hope that they actually bring back the info boxes because I thought that was really nice. I also hope that they actually put some music in it to make it more, the ambience. And it would be really nice to have voice acting, which they might do. Not sure. Since the end of the summer, believe it or not, I have been listening to, or should I say, re-listening to all of THG's stuff on YouTube. Like I actually like listen to it. Like I'm not watching it, but I'm listening to it like while I'm at work or whatever, Okay, there we go. Now I'm crouched down. And so I'm finally gotten to the point where it's more closer to current. It's from a little over a year ago is where I'm at. Now, what was it? That is so cool that they included those little bars to hold open the portholes to let fresh air in. Okay. The stuff of nightmares, the electric bath. The hooks. Okay, so will someone please explain to me as to what these two rooms are? I don't know what these two rooms are for. Like this room and the next one over, they seem like torture device rooms. But obviously that's not what they are. I guess the only other conclusion that I can come up with is maybe this is like a massage room. But why do they have the showers? Because this here looks like a massage table. I have no idea as to what this is right here. I have no clue. Someone please let me know. Because I have no idea. And like this, okay. If this bar thing wasn't here and that little sink was a little closer, I would think that it was like one of those, okay, you put your head in there and they wash your hair and scalp and massage your head or whatever while you lay on the table. That's what I would normally think, but I honestly have no clue what this is for. Please, somebody tell me. See, this room is the same thing. The temperate room. This is another very beautiful room. Now, it makes me wonder, because nobody has ever ventured into this area before. Ever. Not since April 14th, 1912 have human eyes been in this hallway and room. So what does it look like on the wreck today, I wonder? Now the temperate room, I'm assuming this room is more like a sauna. Yeah, this would have to be like a sauna. That's the only thing I could think of. If you know the real reason, let me know in the comments. Alright. Okay. So now we're going to head upstairs back to E deck. And we are going to look around here. So we're going to start, and we're going to head forward, and then we'll head aft. So here we have a steward's bunk room, I guess if you want to call it. Or if you want the real term, I think it was called glory holes. Yeah, get your minds out of the gutter, guys. It's not the modern version of what glory hole means. Oh, so they'd probably put their clothes or their uniforms and shoes probably in this right here. Crew only. Oh. Too bad I can't climb that. I wish I could. That's the fiddly grate right there above us. That's where Second Officer Charles Lightoller was sucked down onto as the ship was going down right before the collapse of the first funnel. He got sucked down because water was pouring through this vent. rushing down into the ship, and he got sucked down. But then somehow something happened where hot air blew out from underneath here, pushed its way up through there, and then it blew him off the vent. But then supposedly he got sucked back a second time, and he thought, oh damn, this time for sure I'm gonna die. But once again, hot air blew out and blew him off, and supposedly, not supposedly, there's like if you look at the vent on the wreck today, it's like bowed outwards, as if a sudden extreme force of air forced its way up here and blew up the vents, bending it. That's something else. Okay, so now we're going to go into the bowels of the ship. The boiler rooms. A sailed bean? Have you been to the boiler rooms yet? Oi there, mate. Oh, what does that guy say? I've got Adventure on the Time. I've got Adventure Out of Time on my brain. I've been on that Adventure Out of Time kick lately, so when I'm in certain areas, I think of certain characters, like the boiler room and the stokers. That one stoker that, like, he pretty much hates your guts. He's like, "Oi, shove off now, go up top," and he like criticizes you, and he's like starts bullying you, and then you bully him back. You're like the right thing to say is something about his mom. He's like, "Oi, you don't talk about my mom like that." Just a yo mama joke, but 1912 version. So for me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, the boiler room is kind of laggy on my computer. I've noticed that. Like, this room kind of struggles with my computer. But it's only in Demo 401 though. In Demo 3 and Britannic Patroness of the Mediterranean, their boiler rooms, it works perfectly fine. My computer does not struggle or anything like that. It's really weird. So in the next update, we'll be able to go into the coal bunkers here, and we'll be able to go in between here and go to the other side. And I think we'll be able to, because I believe this is boiler room 6, so I think we'll be able to get into boiler room 5 a little bit, and get to see some stuff. So here we are in the fireman's tunnel, and in the next version of this demo, there will be 2 spiral staircases that go all the way up to the top, pretty much. And you'll be able to travel to each deck, which now there's nothing. It's just a void of nothingness. But there will be one right there and another one right here. And like I said, we'll be able to go up and explore, which will be really neat. You know, now that I think of it, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but in Adventure Out of Time, I might have just realized this, but in Adventure Out of Time, when you go underneath the forecastle deck and you go to the cargo holds, and there's that one crew member that's standing there, that hallway that you're in, is that supposed to be the fireman's tunnel, but in Adventure Out of Time's version? I wonder. I've never thought about that until now. What does the crewman say? Nobody can go through here unless you're a carter or whatever. And he's the guy you have to present the keys to the car for in Adventure Out of Time. You're a Carte. Right this way, sir. This car she's a beauty. Yeah, that guy. I think that hallway, I think that's supposed to be Adventure Out of Time's version of the Fireman's Tunnel. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments. I'd greatly appreciate that. Okay. So, alright, let's go up. Get out of this loudness. Alright, so we've now explored the boiler rooms. Boiler room! So here we are, forward E-deck, forward Scotland Road. Now obviously we cannot go down there. We can go over here though. Just kind of check it out a little bit. Just a tad. Can't go into any of these rooms. So just a quick look down the hallway. Okay, so we have a boarding entrance right over here. And in here we have a third class basic room. So you can fit 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 people in this room. Wow. Wow, it's very, very dark down here. Can't go down there. Nice. We can go down here. There's some more third-class cabins here. I'm assuming there's some watertight door right there. Yeah, a lot of this would be third class and crew. See, it'll be nice when we are able to actually go through and open up every single one of these doors and see what's in each and every one of these rooms. Obviously, we can't go down there. So we'll go back up. And then we'll go up again to right here. Now, this is the I forgot what room they call this. It's not the third class general room, but this is the party room that you see in James Cameron's Titanic. On one of these two covers here for the cargo hatches would have been Jack and Rose dancing and being all goofy. But yeah, this is where third class came to party it out. That's really cool. We have a map of the world. Now, I know Cameron, he did explore this room in one of his expeditions. I think it was Ghost of the Abyss that he went through this room. Here we have a drinking fountain. And then we have the bottom of the mast here. Now it's weird, but it seems like this would be a doorway right here that you could open up, step inside the mast, and climb up. But it's not. As a matter of fact, the door is above, one deck up. Alright. So we can go over here. Now, we really can't go up any further, but right up there would be the forward well deck through those doors. And this area right above us we'll be able to access. And up there, that's where you can access into the forward mainmast. Okay, so now we're going to go down. Back down to E deck. And we're going to go aft. I could probably run for a bit. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go back down once again, and we're going to go down to the third class dining room. You notice how there's collision in some areas, but not like when you're going through these chairs. This is absolutely fascinating. Although I would not want to sit down in these chairs. I'm going to be honest, sitting down in hard chairs does not work for me. After a while, my bottom becomes numb and starts to hurt from sitting on hard surfaces. I have a bony bottom, so it's not the greatest. So cool. Super cool. And you got watertight doors there. You have a picture of the Olympic right here. Even though it says Titanic on it. No, it was not switched, so let's not go there. Okay. And then over here just leads right back down to the third class dining rooms. Okay. So now we're heading aft. So now we're going into the what is this, the firemen's mess? I forget if this is just the crew mess or the fireman's mess. Or the engineering mess. It's one of the two. I forget. Wow, look at the wood detail on this table. It's not ornate or anything, but man, that looks really nice, especially when the lights shine off of the lacquer, the varnish, or whatever you want to call it. Very cool. Wow, that's cool. What is that, like a little frigate ship or schooner? I don't know. It'd be funny, though, if it was the Mary Celeste. The big man himself. Mr. Ismay Sr. Okay. I believe this set of doors here, this double doors, I think led into the engine room. So cool. Now this I believe is this the third class entrance or second class? But I know you can enter second class over this way, but we'll go down that road a little later. I just want to take it one at a time. And that continues into second class. And sometimes I forget as to how much you can explore in this demo. Wow, look at that. That is so cool. The one thing I don't understand is why are there like all those steel beams that cross over? Because it's like, even when you're loading in cargo, it's like you'd have to load in smaller boxes and bundles, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to go through the beams. So I wonder what's past that watertight door. I actually have no clue. Okay, so now we're going to continue and we're going to go back. Alright, so we've toured E deck, toured D deck. So now we're going to go up and we're going to check out C deck. Very cool. C deck elevators. I'm going to zoom in on this. I love the detail of these vents. The heaters. So here we got like a steward passageway. So in here, I guess they can make hot tea and coffee through that little boiler thing there. Out comes hot water. And this is obviously a little telephone communications center. I guess someone would sit there and then just do their hooking things up so that this way you could call a cabin from across the ship if you wanted to. You call that a switchboard. That's right. It's called a switchboard. You see, contrary to the popular belief, many people would have said over the years since, for the longest time, that Titanic was the most luxurious ship in the world, hands down. No other was like it. Well, that is not true, as you can clearly see. This is not very fancy. This are just like plain white walls, and that's pretty much it. Just plain white paneling with beams exposed, pipes exposed. Not every single first class cabin was built to be as luxurious as possible. It just isn't possible. See, look at this. The steel beams. Alright, very, very nice. You can see out to the forecastle and the forward well deck a little bit. And even see the forward mast. Got a nice little wardrobe here with some mirrors. This is actually really nice. I like this one better than the other ones. And you have 2 beds. So 2 people could sleep in this cabin. Very, very nice. See that? You got like a little access window for hall lighting, and it also access ventilation. How cool is that? On glow. Okay. Alright, so now we're back on the grand staircase. So let's have a look-see, shall we? See deck. The clock will be set backward at midnight, 49 minutes. Interesting little tidbit. There was a master clock on the bridge that changed every single clock on the ship to whatever time they had to be at. So you didn't have a couple of people going around and changing all the clocks. Nope, it was just one person doing it. That's it. Just pressed a button and the clock went back. Or forward. So dark that you can barely see the angel figures. Don't worry, I'm not going up on the next deck yet. Very pretty. Absolutely beautiful. The painting and the woodwork. Okay, now. Oh. Almost forgot. the purser's office. Obviously can't go through. That's okay. Letters. Yes, can I help you? I live to serve. Have a name? I could check the passenger list for you. Adventure out of time. Only I can look at the manifest. Now let's see. That's so cool. I don't know if these are donators, these names. I don't know. They might be donators. Ha, Mr. Tobias. Dr. Tobias. That's so cool. Oh, but that name, Professor Dr. Tobias, that reminds me of Tobias Fornell. I hope some of you guys know who Tobias Fornell is. I've been on an NCIS kick since the beginning of the summer, so I'm rewatching the entire NCIS, the series, and one of the FBI agents is named Tobias Fornell. And I'm sure most of you guys hopefully know what I'm talking about here. I love NCIS. Right now I'm on season 13 as of the airing of this video. About halfway through, and there's 20 of them. Fun fact, actually, about... Well, not just... Okay, for those of you who know about NCIS and the actors, and those who don't. This is more for those who don't, but let's see if you guys can get this. What is the connection between Titanic, and I'm talking about an actor here, an actor who played in A Night to Remember, the 1958 A Night to Remember, who played as one of the wireless operators. This actor was also a narrator in the mid-90s Titanic documentary Death of a Dream and The Night Lives On. And he has played in all 20 seasons as the NCIS medical examiner. What is the name of this actor? If you know, leave your answer in the comments. I'm sure a lot of you guys will just Google it, though, if you don't know. You know what? Everybody can answer that. I don't care. Okay. Alright, so now here we are at another first class stateroom. Now, okay, look at the trash can here. I don't know if that really was like that or if that's an Easter egg. But there is kitty designs on the trash cans. That might actually be an Easter egg. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Oh. Can't go in there, I guess. Yeah, it's so cool. Let's see here. Okay. End of that. We'll continue our quest. Touring the ship. A sail bean. Watch where you're going. Now we got a linen closet right over here. Towels. Or are they bed sheets? I don't know. I think they're bed sheets. They look too big. Oh, maybe they are towels. I don't know. Maybe THG could answer that question. Okie doke. All right. Here we go. Right now we are at the aft grand staircase on C deck. We got the barber shop. The barber's hours are between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. For the general convenience of the greater number, passengers are requested not to apply for hair cutting or shampooing except between the hours of noon and 5 p.m. Okay. Here we go. The barber shop. Let's get a fresh shave and a haircut. So in these cabinets right here would be the barber shop actually also doubled as a souvenir shop. There was no specific one room for, that was specifically souvenirs, although that would have been nice. Because then you could have, held a lot more stuff, not just barber stuff. But yeah, and these cabinets here was souvenirs and little trinkets that you could take home with you. C deck. Don't worry, I'm just looking at the painting. I'm not going up a deck yet. Absolutely beautiful. I believe this was Quake Baxter's room, I believe. This one right here. Or what? Yeah, it was this one. Alright. We had another first class stateroom. Right down here. Got a crossover hull right there, but this leads out to a second class promenade deck. We'll go over here a little later. Want to try to stick with first class areas right now, and then we'll... Restaurant manager. Chief steward. The chief stew. Assistant doctor. Alright. Here we are on this other side. White Star Line ship surgeon. Can't even pronounce his name. Consulting hours. 10 a.m. to noon, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay. Doctor. Alright, so now we're going to go down to the ship's hospital. And obviously we cannot go through any of these rooms. We can just kind of explore the corridors. And then over here is the infectious disease hospital. Got a bath over here and whatever these are over here. Oh, maybe in the updated demo we'll find out more what's down here. And then over here we have the infamous padded room. So this is where all the crazy people were locked up. When you were mentally insane. Also, if you were, this also doubled as the ship's brig. So if you murdered somebody or were a thief, you were thrown in here. And the door slams shut. So really, in reality, if James Cameron had done it a little more, well, I shouldn't say it correctly because I'm sure they didn't know at the time, but if he made the movie now, he would have thrown Jack in this room. He wouldn't have been handcuffed to that pipe. He would have been thrown in this room. And good luck, Rose, trying to find him in that room. He would have probably gone down with the ship. Unless they told her. He's in the padded room. The insane, crazy padded room. Alright, so now we're going to go back down this hallway again. So now we're going to go to the Maids and Valet Salon. Now, let me go. Oh yeah, I always got to do the look up thing. Always so cool. So yes, this is where the maids and the valets would dine. Fairly big space. They had fans and all sorts of stuff. And then in this little room, you had the, I think this was the band. This is where the band ate and the Marconi officers. I think that's what this small room was for. That the band members and the Marconi officers would sit and eat in this little dining room. Which kind of sucks. It's like a small break room. It says it actually up here, though. Oh, can't read that. P.O.C. Marconi off. What? Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's not the one, but as I was saying. Oh, look at that. C73. My Cabin in Adventure Out of Time. Okay, the game kind of lagged there a little bit. And, yep. Just a little peek into the rooms. Just a little bit of peeking. And now, for those of you who have not seen this beautiful room, I present to you C55, what is known as the Strauss Suite, one of the fanciest, finest rooms on the entire ship. Oh, yeah. Close that door. This is literally one of the finest, fanciest rooms on Titanic. Look at the woodwork in this sitting room. All the gilt is just amazing. This would probably be the room that I would stay in. This would be the suite that I would want if I were the Strausses or rich at that time. So even the table is fancy. Just absolutely fancy. And surprisingly, this right here, the clock, is still sitting on the mantelpiece today in the wreck. When James Cameron discovered that and he entered into this room and he saw that, he could not believe it. It just, if you haven't seen it, his words were, "Tell me it's not the clock. Oh my God, tell me it's not the clock sitting on the mantelpiece. Oh my God." Oh my God. Yeah, I would have gone nuts too. I would have absolutely gone nuts. Because this was the cabin that they modeled Rose's suite after, at least one of the rooms. It was unsure at the time as to who occupied this exact room, but now we know that this is the Strauss sitting room. And it's just absolutely beautiful in every way. I would much prefer this over the other ones as of right now. Alright, so now we go into their bedroom. And we can just kind of take a quick look around. Look at the beds. Oh man, that's gotta be so comfortable sleeping in those beds. So you got a single bed there and a double bed here, so you know that this is where they slept, the couple. Mr. and Mrs. Isidore Strauss. I don't know what room that is. Maybe it's a wardrobe room? I don't know. And here we are in the bathroom. We have a toilet. We got ourselves a toilet. And man, that's got to be an uncomfortable piece of wood to sit on. You know, I can't imagine sitting on that toilet having to go to the bathroom so bad, and the ship is in heavy seas and you're rolling and rocking and the toilet water's just swishing back and forth. Ugh, just splashing all over the place. That's got to be bad. That's got to suck. Alright, so now we got a nice thick little step-on rug for when you get out so you don't slip or step on the cold floor. Got a bathtub with a shower. And I guarantee you that these little handles here, one was probably freshwater hot, freshwater cold, and then saltwater hot, saltwater cold. I'm only assuming that only because I've seen that on the Queen Mary. I've never been to the Queen Mary, but I've seen it in photos and videos of the Queen Mary. Got a nice heater. So you can keep the bathroom nice and warm, especially if it's really, really cold out. So yeah. You got this beautiful, nice ass suite. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Alright, so now we go up another deck to B deck. Alright. So now we're going to start over this way. What does that say? Smoking in the companionways is strictly forbidden. That's right, so no smoking while walking down the hallways. Alright, so now here we have the first class elevator. I believe there are mirrors right here, which they are not on at this current time. Then you have these holes. So as you're going up and down, you get a nice breeze. So wait a minute. Where the heck is the lever to go down and up? Wait, is that it? No, that can't be it. That's way up there. I thought there was like a lever like right here or right there or something. Huh. I don't know, maybe THG just didn't put it in yet. Through the doors. Oh wait, that's right. I can't go through. I completely forgot. I cannot go this way through the doors. I forgot that area was off limits. Maybe in version 1.5 it'll be, we could take a look around. That would be nice. So here we are at one of the first class entrances on B deck. We can go through here. Oh, had a little glitch. And here we go. Here we are on the 50-foot promenade, the private promenade. I believe, if I am correct, that this one here would have been Ismay's suite. So this whole thing, not only this entire promenade, but all the rooms that are along this wall, was Bruce Ismay's suite. I believe that's what it was. And the other side, I believe, was the Cardeza's suite. So you could have very, very large parties in here. Very large parties. Have all your friends for a cocktail. So we'll do a quick run through on this over here. There's only one open door, and that's at the other end of the hallway. But we'll get to that shortly. None of these doors are open. Now we're just taking a quick little tour around B deck. The B deck first class hallways. Yeah, that's all the same. So I know there's no open doors along here. And then over here we have this area. B, is that 86 or 96? Oh, it's got to be 86. Okay. So here we are in the palm room on B deck. And this is actually a really, really, really nice room. That clock is beautiful. Looks even better in virtual reality, that's for sure. Everything looks better in virtual reality. Okay. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful, stunning in every way. This is the aft grand staircase, not the forward one, so honor and glory crowning time is not at this clock, is not at this end of the ship. It's forward of here. Oh man, is that beautiful. Always beautiful. Just absolutely stunning. All right. So now, we're going to head over to the Cafe Parisienne. And here we are in the Cafe Parisienne. I can imagine myself sitting here eating during the daytime, just enjoying the sea breeze. That is so cool. Is that supposed to be a heater? I think so. Go over to this end. Now we'll go check out this later. This is a second class promenade deck. We'll go check that out later. Very, very nice. Alright, so we're going to go check out this little area here, this hallway. I'll zoom out. That's too much. The only problem with zooming out is it kind of starts to look weird. That's so cool. So, now we're going to enter in the a la carte restaurant. This is another absolutely beautiful room. The restaurant is under the management of the company who have appointed Mr. L. Gatti, late of Odino's Imperial Restaurant, London, as manager. Now let's see. I'm going to zoom in and read these names. Park Stevenson. Kyle Hudak, so the THG team. Daniel Klistner. Charles Hayes. Matthew DeWinkler. He's another THG creator. Christopher Daly, Bill Sauter. All people who are, a lot of people who are working on this game. Mr. Edward Caldhead? That's crossed out. Tom Linsky's still on there. Ken Marshall. George Widener. Nice. Tad Fitch. Joshua Noble. Dorothy Gibson. Mr. Daniel Smith. Is that Spammels? I think so. Helen Candy. Oh yeah, she's got quite a story. Bill Wormstead. Wow. So a lot of THG members on here. The crew of THG and the historians. That is really nice. Just absolute. This room is absolutely beautiful. I remember looking at this in Demo 3 VR. Oh my god. Absolutely stunning to look at. Like, this was one of my favorite rooms to go to in Demo 3 VR. Like, I love looking at, like, the detail like this. That is so cool. That is so cool. What do you guys think? Absolutely stunning. Yeah, like, look at the... Let me zoom in. That is really, really cool. Very detailed. Other than that, the room is basically... It's like the same thing, looking at the same thing over and over again. And here we can look outside at the ocean. It's funny because on the night of April the 14th, 1912, Captain Smith's last dinner was in this very room. It was actually a retirement party hosted by the Wideners. A private party for the captain. And this is kind of where the whole myth of Captain Smith being drunk when the ship hit the iceberg came about, was in this room. No, I seriously doubt he had any alcohol whatsoever. You know, he was the Commodore of the White Star Line. Everybody loved him. And it's like, even though he was, you know, pretty much retiring right then and there, it's like he still had a job to do. He wouldn't drink while he was at sea. But people like to speculate, oh, he went to a party on the last night. The coincidence. He must have been drunk. No. That's not true. So I guess through these doors right here, even though we can't go through them, this would have been the galley, and leading to like the pantries and all that other stuff, the kitchens. Oh, so, alright. So that was the a la carte and the Parisienne Cafe. So here we are, back on the aft grand staircase. always, always love looking at this stuff. Always beautiful. Alright, so now we're going to go back forward. There's only one open door on this side, and it's all the way forward here. I believe it would be this one. Yep. B51. Look at that. So this would be the Cardeza's sitting room. This is a beautiful room, but like I said, the Strauss suite is probably one of the most beautiful rooms on the ship. Like staterooms, should I say. Look at that. Now, for those of you who are wondering, these fireplaces were not real. They were not wood burning. There was only, not wood burning, but coal burning fireplaces. There was only one on the ship, one real fireplace that actually worked, and that was in the first class smoking lounge. Nice. But this is just about as large as the Strauss sitting room. Okay, very risque for the time, most definitely. I don't know, did these cabins really have these types of paintings, like some sort of Michelangelo thing going on? Very interesting. Nice. The privacy glass is so beautiful. Let's take a look at this. The etched glass. Now we cannot go into that room, which is sad. And of course, here's the 50-foot private promenade deck that the Cardezas had. So, like Bruce's may. I think this was one of the cabins that you had to pay over $4,000 for. Pretty neat, huh? Alright, we're back out in the first class entrance. Alright. So now we're going to go up to A deck. So now we're going up to A deck. And On this deck, there is a lot of stuff to see. All right. Okay, so this brass plate that you guys see that's on the ceilings and the walls and floors, that's the expansion joint. And for those of you who are not aware of what an expansion joint is, an expansion joint is for a ship to flex in the waves as, you know, the ship is riding the waves. So this way the ship won't break apart and sink in high stress times. All right. Now we can go look at that. We'll go and look at the forecastle deck. Very nice. Doesn't have a room number. So this room, forgot, was this Edith Russell's room? I think it was, because I know she had a stateroom that was like on the starboard side at the very front. So this might have been it. I'm not sure. If you know, let me know in the comments. Now, my understanding is supposedly in the update, this room will be completed. Same with the other side. We'll see. Alright, you know what? I gotta hit the head. And here we go. That's cool. Time to hit the head. Special White Star Line, special notice to passengers. It is respectfully requested that passengers refrain from throwing into the pan any substance likely to choke the pipes or prevent a proper flow of water. Otherwise, serious discomfort to the passengers themselves may be caused, and the closest rendered both disagreeable and useless. Passengers are earnestly desired to flush the pan before leaving. 1912 lingo for don't clog the damn toilets when you poop. Got an extra seat there. I guess I'm assuming that's there for if one breaks or something like that. So you got sinks here, little soap dishes there. And then right behind here you have the urinals. Yep, they even had urinals in 1912. Well, a little different than today, but pretty much the same thing. So that was the head, ladies and gentlemen. Now we'll go check out this room. Like I said, this one should also be finished in the next update. At least that's what I heard. We'll see. They got the blinds closed. Oh, that reminds me of a fun fact. Oh, they even have the privacy glass up there. The etched privacy glass. So, this little thing that you see here, in between the glass and, you know, that thing popping out there, you can raise that and hook it up there. And actually, it's got, yeah, you can see it's like on sliders. And you can raise it up. And as a matter of fact, there's two. One is for that privacy glass. So this way, when you're changing or going to sleep, nobody can peer through the window and see you. Because I don't think they want to... I don't think the passengers walking on the promenade deck want to see you naked, or... Well, maybe they would. I don't know. I don't know what they thought back in 1912. I'm assuming that men had the same mentality as they do now. Ooh, that was weird. I just got a little bit of lag there. Very nice, very nice. So we are at the A deck elevators. Man, I'm getting some real bad lag over here for some reason. This is weird. So if I remember correctly, these ones on A deck and boat deck are the only ones that were crystal. Those crystal chandeliers. I think that was only on A deck and boat deck of the grand staircase. And then I think on the aft grand staircase, I think it was just the A deck. Can't go out that door, but I know I can go out over here. All right, we are on the A deck promenade. We can even I'm going to go over here. Be easier. Can even peer into the reading and writing room. And we can pier down there. Now, also my understanding is that in the new updated version of this demo, the boat decks and A deck promenades will be fully accessible. You know, I'm going to be honest. I think there's more floor space, especially with the updated version of this demo. There's going to be more floor space to play through than Adventure Out of Time. Nice. Can even see into the first class lounge a bit. Got a little steward call button right there. Steward! I need myself a brandy. What was it that... Oh, speaking of brandy... was it right here in James Cameron's film? Right here at the base of the grand staircase. During the sinking, you have that one scene with Mr. Guggenheim and his valet. And the valet's like, Mr. Guggenheim, I got these for you. And he's like, Mr. Guggenheim's like, oh, no, thank you. We are dressed in our best and are prepared to go down like gentlemen. But we would like a brandy. Hell of a way to go when you know you're going to die. So here we are. This is it. Honor and glory. Right there. This is absolutely incredible. It is stunning in every way. Just absolutely nuts. So beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, now we'll go back up there in a little bit, but now we're going to venture aft. We're going to check out the rest of that area. What does this say? Passengers are encouraged to contribute to the project if they enjoy this demo of THG. Patreon.com. Titanic THG. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, this is where it gets laggy the most. But I know that this is a problem on like everybody's computers, no matter how powerful your computer is. This is where it gets the most laggy. Come on, open up. There we go. I'm trying to go slowly because I know that this is a very, very nasty, laggy area. So the reading and writing room, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's funny because this section, this little alcove section right here, that was taken out on the Britannic and then later on the Olympic, because apparently this room was not used as much. So this right here was walled off, and there were cabins that were put there, first class cabins that were put along here. I mean, granted, it's sad because for some reason, like, when you look at this room, other than where the fireplace is, the archway here, this archway with the pillars and everything, and those little round, like, windows with the etchings around it, that's like the most beautiful parts of the room. So that's kind of sad that they cut that out on the Britannic and the Olympic. Very nice clock, as per usual. Come on. Oh. I hate it when that happens. Okay. Now to make my way slowly into the first class lounge. Very nice, very cool. This is supposed to be one of the most detailed rooms on the ship. I wouldn't say that it is, but it might also be at the same time. I'm not sure. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so what are these things right here? Is that just decoration on the tables, or is that like, are those like actual like ashtrays or cup holders? I doubt they'd be cup holders. It might just be a flat decoration. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, if I had to guess, there'd probably be like, bottles of alcohol in there, or even cigars. I'm not sure. Stunning. Look at that. That is just absolutely nuts. The intricate detail in that. It's crazy. Absolutely beautiful. Incredible. Look at that. Yeah, had to let things load in right there. Alright, so back out onto the A deck promenade. Can look to the stern. Then look forward. And the stairwell right here goes up to the boat deck. But we'll go through that later. Just trying to take things one at a time here. It's once you start losing track and going all over the place, is things start getting crazy. Alright, so. And here we have Thomas Andrews' room. Got his plans all laid out. This is how you know it's his room. I think his is A36. I didn't read the number. I think I'm just memorizing it. That this A36, this was his cabin. Let's see, does it have a... No, it doesn't. Huh. Didn't it? I think it did in Demo 3. It actually had it. Like the number. So here we are. The aft grand staircase. Almost as beautiful as the forward grand staircase. So I'm here on the half landing. Stunning in every way. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that stained glass. Absolutely nuts. And here is Father Brown's room. And we know it because of his little camera that's right there. Got his own like little frosted glass windows to keep for privacy. All right. So here we are into the beautiful first class smoking room. This is one of my favorite rooms, to be honest with you. To me, this is one of the most detailed rooms on the ship. Because there is so much to look at. Just take that in. That is just absolutely gorgeous. We have the little spit buckets with the ashtrays, matches, the brandy glasses. Ooh, is he a game of cards? I win. Another game? Buick Riviera, ladies and gentlemen. This is just beautiful. No wonder why Buick Riviera sat in these chairs the whole Adventure Out of Time game, because he loved the beauty of this room. And you can't blame him for that. So now we're coming over here. Let me go around here real quick, see if I can't read it. Oh, Maxwell's mixture. So that's tobacco. Serving plates for what? I don't know. Pastries, food. And what does that say? Come on, I'm trying to... 3 Lads Tobacco. Okay. Interesting. So over here you have much of the same exact thing. Except these windows are a little bit different. These murals. Not the middle one, but... yeah. This is probably one of the rooms I'd be in if I were on the ship. You got a door that goes from there to the Veranda Cafe and the Palm Court Cafe. I always get those two confused. So, here we are looking at the only real working fireplace on the ship. Now, behind here was a pipe that went up top through the boat deck that vented out through the 4th funnel. Stunning history. Astronomy. Absolutely beautiful. So I guess the coal would have been stored in these boxes here. Alright, now we're going to go over here. We're going to look at this. Yeah, see that? You got your own like little cigar shop thing right here. Cigar and tobacco shop. Not bad. Just tell them what you want, and they get it for you. So I'm assuming this was like the little bar area. I'm assuming the stewards would come over here. So they would take somebody's drink order. The steward would come over here. Tell the person behind this counter what they want. Then make the drinks, because there was like a bar counter, I think, back here with alcohol. And then, yeah. Once done, they take the drinks back to whoever wanted them. Pretty cool stuff. All right. Here we are in the Veranda Cafe / Palm Court. It's a decent room. It's definitely different. The flooring's interesting. That black and white checkered pattern. Nice view of the promenade decks. Alright. The doors slide open, so you can walk out onto the A deck promenade. So now we get to go down this way. And this is as far as we can go on the port side of the ship. So we can look at the cargo cranes here. Look at that. It's so cool that you can see like all the gears and like the rods underneath. You would definitely have to be careful because you would not want to slam this cargo crane into this part right here. You can cause a lot of damage. That is if they went that far. And the little cradle for the crane arms to rest in. Wow. Yeah, that goes way up there. So you can kind of see into there. I think that's a fan room. Yeah. It's like some sort of fan room. For ventilation and stuff like that. So now we're going to go over this way, look over at the poop deck, and down at the aft well deck. We'll be visiting those soon. And this right here is where Rose glanced over and saw Jack for the first time as he's creepily probably sitting on that bench right there looking at her. Guaranteed. That's when they first made eye contact with each other in the movie. I mean, you could clearly see. It's because technically it's not that far. You could just scan your eyes, look, and see that there's a guy looking at you. So there we go. So this was the non-smoking side of the cafes. The other side was smoking. That door would lead to a hallway, a small hallway that led to the smoking room and the other side of the cafe. So this way stewards could easily, they didn't have to go around. They just easily took this passageway here. Which is pretty neat. But yeah, same thing on this side. Not too shabby. So now here we are on the starboard side of the ship. We can see the stained glass windows of the first class lounge. Not lounge, the smoking room. And this is as far as you can go on the starboard side of the promenade deck. Alright, so here we are. We're back in the aft grand staircase. So now we're going to go up. We're going to go back over to the forward grand staircase and then up to the boat deck. Alright, so now here we are at the forward grand staircase again. Can always look up. Beautiful as always. Very nice, very nice. Now we're going to get up close and personal with Honor and Glory. Honor and Glory crowning time. And it's this clock that is the name of the game. Honor and Glory at its finest. Just absolutely beautiful in every way. Alright, so now we're going to head up here. And we are going to check out this area. Absolutely beautiful, guys. I love the grand staircase. It is so beautiful. Like, there is no bad angle of the grand staircase. None at all. Okay. Now, we can't go out through this door, but we can kind of look outside. So now we are at the first class gymnasium. Very nice, very nice. You have the rowboat machine there. Some exercise machines there. The electric camels right there. You got like a little massage table right here, I guess. Don't know what this is for. Got the maps. The punching bags. And the little bicycles. Very, very cool. Now, let's see here. Now, this picture is something out of a fantasy land. This painting. Absolutely gorgeous. And then over here you have a piano. Although you could tell that there needs to be a lot more work done to it because you cannot see the individual keys except for the black keys here. And then we have oh man, I can't even read it. Staterooms Y through Z. See, during the daytime you can read it. So right now we're kind of going forward. So these are staterooms right here. But I think past this point is... Oh, that might have been a stateroom too. Anyway, so the grand staircase is right there. So here we have the elevator room. This is the elevator lift room, should I say. So these are all the machines to make the elevators go up and down. Got a couple of skylights there. Got some water heater right there. Sink. And the Flowmatic tubes for the wireless. To send wireless messages all throughout the ship, I guess. So there's... Yeah. At least I think that's what that's for. Because here's the Flowmatic tubes. They must curve somewhere and go somewhere else. Open the door. So this is like the officers' quarters now. That leads to the outside. And then over here would be the captain's room. Then we go this way. There's the Flowmatic tubes again. And we are now in the Marconi wireless room. This is the room where Jack Phillips and Harold Bride would be in for the entire night. April the 14th, 1912. Sending messages to other ships saying help. We need of rescue. SOS. CQD. This is where the room where they slept. You have a nice skylight, which is nice because, you know, you get like a nice breeze if you're sleeping, especially if you like the room kind of cold. Just amazing. you could send messages back and forth, and they'd come out and pop out here in those capsules. And here you have a communication chart. So this basically showed, okay, of where a ship, since every ship was on a schedule, this basically showed every ship that was supposed to be in a certain area on a certain day. So this way, okay, let's say, I don't know, you were in a specific area and you knew a ship was nearby, you could communicate with that ship on that certain day or whatever. And then here you have the silent room. And these are all still here, visible on the wreck today. Wow, even though it's fallen apart. I know they still want to recover the wireless instruments out of the wreck to preserve them. Now, I don't know if they're talking about this stuff in the silent room or if they're talking about that stuff. I have no clue. You got batteries, you got all sorts of like coils and all sorts of doodads and stuff going on over here. You have the aerial apparatus wire. This goes all the way up. And it's connected to the wires that run all the way up to the masts. And that's how you get like the long range of like 500 miles or whatever. So you got grounding here, which is earth. Man, this stuff looks very complicated. It's like a computer, but of 1912. You have buckets of sand here in case there's a fire. An electrical fire, so you could put them out with those buckets of sand. Now, the night before the disaster, apparently there was a breakdown in the wireless communications. Now, the manual says, do not touch any of this equipment. Do not mess with it. Do not try to fix it, because you'll probably break it and make it worse. So they say in the manual, just leave it, and when you get back to shore, they'll send some techs in and fix it. Well, on that night, they were like, screw it, we're going to try to fix it. They ended up breaking it a little more, but they did end up fixing it. And it was I think it was this thing that like stopped working, like a coil inside broke or something. Okay. It leads to the outside, and we're heading towards the bridge. Alright, we're in the wheelhouse. Technically, the blinds would be down here on these windows. Now, the reason for that, it seems kind of pointless. Like, okay, well, why would you have blinds down and therefore you can't see? Well, believe it or not, the person at the helm didn't need to see what was out ahead. It was the officers that had to see. The helmsman just drove the ship. Here's the one that just steered it. So it's like, imagine, like, okay, closing your eyes while driving your car, and your significant other says, oh, turn right. You know, something like that. It's stupid, but, you know, that's the way it was, is they had those blinds closed. And the reason why is because of the lights. They wanted as little light leakage as possible so that they could see perfectly out in the dark. And that's the only reason why they had the blinds. Because if you see... So, yeah, imagine. So imagine this was the other part of the bridge. And you're looking out. You can't see shit because of the light. You can't see... This is a perfect example as to why it was so dark on this side of the ship. It's because you can't see shit. Granted, I think those lights would be off anyway. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So here we are on the starboard bridge wing. And look up. And of course, this is like literally the main menu screen right here. Literally. You have like all the compass, the telegraphs, the whistles, everything you need right here. And I guess supposedly this wheel here was for when you're docking. When you're docking the ship, that's where you'd have to be. So now we go on this side. Absolutely gorgeous. Titanic. This ship was something else. And people always wonder why I always have such a fascination with this ship. Alright, so now we're going to go to the other part of the boat deck. This is as far as you can go. You cannot access this point. But like I said, in the update, you will be able to walk over here without a problem. And probably even go down those stairs to the A-deck promenade. Okay, so we're back on the grand staircase now. So now we're going to head out and explore the boat deck area. And voila! She looks beautiful. It's amazing. First class entrance. And this is about as far as you can go forward on here. But like I said earlier, they're going to open up this boat deck. So we'll be able to get to walk along the whole thing. Alright, let's look at this. I like this. This is way better. Looking through these windows and you can see the inside. And yeah, the quality is a little bit lower, but it's much more realistic. I mean, the fact that you can look through these windows and see the grand staircase in fairly high detail through windows. How cool is that? Oh, I wanted to check this out. So this machine here is for the lifeboat winches. So this makes it so that the lifeboat winches can extend outwards or go back inwards. That's what these do. Can't read it now, but unless even when I zoom in, I can't really read it. But during the daytime, you can read these like little plaques on these vents. It's really cool stuff. And you can even see the grating on that vent. Absolutely amazing. Notice, passengers are not allowed on the compass platform. Well, guess what? I'm breaking the rules. Nice. Obviously, you cannot see the compass in there because they have not added it yet. That's so cool. And that goes downstairs, so we were here earlier. Here's the other winch for this set of lifeboats. And here's the dome for the aft grand staircase. This is as far as we can go forward on the starboard side boat deck. Yeah, you can kind of see through the glass windows. I like that. That is so cool. So this is the pipe that I was talking about with the fireplace down in the first class smoking room. The smoke vents up through this pipe, goes through, enters into the fourth funnel, and then goes out through the top. And there is the dog kennel, so you can kind of see the cages a little bit. You got tons of open space here. And you can kind of see the stained glass. It's when the sunlight comes, it goes through these windows, and you can see that's why the stained glass is all lit up. So I guess there were no line of light bulbs in this area either. So cool. Okay, so now we're going to head down. We're going to go down in tour around second class. Oh, I didn't go over here. How neat is that? So we're going to go here through the second class entrance. And we are now in the second class main stairwell. And as you guys can see, it's got its own elevator as well. The elevator gear room is in that little housing up top. So there's no really stops on A deck at all. Alright, so now we are on B deck. And we're in the entrance vestibule here. Look at that door. That door is so cool. So cool. So in there is the second class smoking lounge. You have a cargo hatch here. Now we can go down here, but I'm not going to. We have a secondary stairwell that goes down. We can go underneath here, which is nice because it's kind of sheltered here. So cool. Now obviously that is the Parisienne cafe, which we were already in. So we're going to go back in here, and then we are going to go right here. We're going to have a look. Now, I genuinely like this second class smoking room here. It really is cool. I like it. And it still feels just as elegant as the first class lounge, smoking room. But it's obvious it's not like the darker woods. It's the more like the lighter woods. Like I'm getting like grand staircase vibes in here. If you wanted to, you could sit down, write a letter, postcards. That's what people did. You have your spit buckets, your ashtrays, matches, brandy glasses, your leather chairs and couches. Overall, it just seems extremely comfortable. Oh yeah. Absolutely incredible. The bar. So really all it was like a storage room that they kept the alcohol, I guess. So you look at the doors. Nice and fancy. Now this is where I'd be sitting right there in the middle booth right there. Right underneath that clock. It's funny because this kind of gives me that like what do you call it? Like the mob, I guess you call it like mob vibes, like mafia stuff. Like I can picture Al Capone sitting there or something like that. I mean, it kind of gives me that vibes that like this would be a mobster's bar type of thing. So something like, like in The Godfather, Goodfellas, stuff like that. But yeah, that's the second class smoking lounge. So now we're going to head down to C deck. And here we have the foyer again. Some seating. And here is the second class elevator. Not as fancy, but I guess it could be considered as fancy. This one actually has the crank. The wood with the varnish on it. It's nice. But yeah. So now over here is the enclosed second class promenade deck. It's basically like a fully wraparound, if you can believe that or not, because it leads to this other stairwell that's right here. Notice, second class passengers are not allowed abaft this. So if I was a second class passenger and I just passed the threshold right there, would I get screamed at and yelled at and be like, go back to your second class? I don't know. I had to wait for that to load in, but obviously the first class hallway, C deck. Notice passengers are not allowed beyond this point. Okay. Once again, you can see all the way down. So nice. All right. So let's check out the second class library. Very, very cool. Very nice. Got a book right there. The lore and slit something. I have no idea what that says. That's still cool though. Looks like the book's been used a lot to the point where the name is rubbing off. Wow. Let's write a letter, shall we? Let me sit down here so that we can write this letter, you know. On board the RMS Titanic, I'm loving this ship. This ship is awesome. It is pretty luxurious, but, you know, it's got its plain areas as well. Yeah, have someone say that in a letter. Oh, I can't even go over there. Darn it. Is that a glass of wine? While reading a book? So, anyway, wow, look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. The curtains, the woodwork, absolutely beautiful. What was I going to say? Oh, if those of you who are familiar with THG, when they decided to change directions and focus on the ship and everything like that type of thing, which is how we kind of got this mega demo. But they were talking about implementing weather in one of their streams for like the alpha. I don't know if they're going to do that for the new version of this demo. I have no clue. That would be pretty awesome though. Ooh, play some chess. Play some chess. How about it? Anyway, the one thing I was wondering was, after reviewing their video about the whole weather thing, and they're talking about like rain, snow, storms, stuff like that, sunny, you know, all sorts of weather. But my question is, how severe will the weather be able to get? And I'm not talking about like blizzard, but I'm talking about like storms, like squalls, hurricane, you know, stuff, tornadoes, you know, that type of stuff. Like really severe weather. Okay? So yeah, let's take a look at that. That's really nice. So if they are implementing weather, my question is, how severe will it get? And will the game, demo, alpha, whatever they decide to do it in, will it start implementing waves to the point where the ship actually starts to sway back and forth and up and down in the waves? I wonder, will they do that? Will they animate it? So think of, I'm sure you guys know all about Stormworks Build and Rescue. So something like that. You take, you know, the UI of Stormworks, you put it in here, and when you play with the weather, you could put on high waves while sailing or even sitting in dock. And yeah, because 1912, if they do have you sitting in dock, even in 1912, I'm sure a lot of waves could happen because there wasn't really protection, should I say, from like major buildings and stuff today that could kind of block the wind and calm things down. So let's ask THG about that. You know what? I'll ask right now. THG, if you're watching this, when you implement weather, are you going to be able to put in severe weather? And will the ship sway and rock back and forth in the waves? That's what I want to know. Alright, so now we are going to go down to D deck. Divine service is held in the saloon on Sundays at 10:30 a.m. So there we go. Here we are in the beautiful second-class dining room on D deck. Yeah, let's look at... Even the ceiling looks really good. We got the pineapples, silverware, all that stuff. The cups. I don't see any plates. The napkins, the fruit. It's all there. It's like peach and white colored tiles. That is really cool. Absolutely beautiful and incredible. And here we have a big buffet china cabinet type of deal going on over here. And there's one over there on that side too. See, on most other ships, this would have been like a first class deal and not second class. Nice. They always said that second class on board the Olympic class liners was like first class on any other ship. Okay, so that was the dining room. So now we're going to head down again, down to E deck. We're going to have a little look around. Now, actually, I can probably go down right here. Now, this is as far down as we can go. We cannot fully go down to F deck. Now, it would be nice if in the next version they open this part up and maybe we can go see some cabins down there. That would be particularly nice, especially if I want to do another Adventure Out of Time versus THG video. So, that's Scotland Road right here. We've already been through here. And then over here, can't go that way. Got a second class boarding entrance here. They have that gangway right there. Watertight bulkhead right there. And then I forgot what they called this guy, whoever stayed in this room. He served some purpose, but he lived and worked in this room. Like this was his office and bedroom. Okay, now, so we're going to go back out, go on to Scotland Road here, and then we're going to go down here, and then we're going to start down here on F deck. Oh yeah, there was an F deck down here. Yeah, I did forget about that. There were cabins on F deck, second class. Over here. Are these rooms numbered? No. Oh, so one of these might be Penny Pringle's staterooms. Because, was she F39 or something like that? In Adventure at a Time? Now, obviously, we cannot enter into these rooms over here. And there's nothing right there. So we're at the bottom of the aft second class staircase, which there's some storage underneath there, and we can look all the way up to, was that A deck? No, that's B deck, I think. Or is it A deck? I forget. Nice. Very cool. Oh, there's supposed to be a hose in that rack. Alright, so now we're going up to E deck. And this right here should be the second class purser's office, if I remember correctly. And we got a couple of drinking fountains right there. Nice. So missing the hose. That's as far as you can go there. So now we'll go to D deck. And this right here is third class. Can't even go down. This is technically third class. I probably shouldn't even be over here yet. And that's like hitting a wall. That's as far as I can go. Alright, so over here, got that. Now this I have said before, okay, this just looks completely off, like it doesn't even belong there. But according to some, it belongs there. It's on the plans. Looks like it shouldn't belong there, if you ask me. We got that corridor. And then back on the second class staircase. And then over here, as we already have been, the second class dining room, which we were already in. So now we'll go up and again, another deck. Ooh, gotta let that load in. What the? It's not. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see that glitch in the floor? That shouldn't be there. Now we've already gone through here because that kind of just goes out over here. And this is the bottom of the aft mast. You got a piano here. Starting to lag. Letters box here. And we were already in here. This is the second class library. So we'll go back up. Come on. Back up to right here. And here's part of the mast, the aft mast. And you can come out onto this deck and go directly to the smoking lounge. But we're not going to do that. Now we are going to go down to the the aft well deck. So we are ending the tour over here. There isn't much left. So we just got done with all of second class. Now we're in third class, which we've kind of already been in part of already. So nice. So nice. You got the cargo holds here. The cargo cranes. And then over here you got like a nice little shelter area. So that's nice. So now we come in here. Actually, let me go over this way. Just real quick. Yeah, if you wanted to. Just sit down with a couple of people and just talk. Relax on the benches. So we've already been down here already. This stairwell. That I'll just to show you. There's second class right over there. So we were already over here. So we can go back up. Strange you got bars on those windows. I don't know why. So then over here, we have the third class general room. This is where some people would just come towards the end of the sinking. They'd sit down, supposedly playing at the piano. I guess there was a report of some third class woman with her child on her lap, and towards the end of the sinking, and she was just sitting down playing the piano, awaiting their fate. Well, yeah, this was just like a common room, general room, just general purpose. And then over here, that door leads to the gear room. The gear room is what filled with gears that turns the rudders from the bridge, or even the docking bridge. And so on this side we have the third class smoking room. Again, I'm getting grand staircase vibes from this wood, same color and everything. So it is pretty nice. Like, if this is a third class, like, I'd still be fairly comfortable in this room. You know, I'd be very comfortable in this room. Maybe not sitting down on these hard, like, you know, benches, but as far as like not feeling like I'm in some steel box, I'd be looking at pretty wood, beautiful wood. And it's even got its little nicety carving. So even though it's third class, the poorest of the poor, this still has a little bit of luxury to it. Okay. So we're going to go to our last stop here on this tour. And we are going to go up onto the poop deck. This is the final area of the THG Demo 401. This was also the final area that was still above water when she sank. Where 1,500 or almost 1,500 people would be at. Okay, so let me get down. There we go. Can look over and see Rose over there. Ha. Seems further from over here than it does from over there. So you got the cargo cranes. And then these things right here, they are the gear room skylights. So the gear room is right underneath these skylights. And I wouldn't doubt if that door in there has another stairwell that goes down, and that can go down into the gear room. I imagine so. I don't see why not. So here we are at the very fantail of the ship. Next to this kedge anchor, we have the jackstaff. Just hung the flags. Right here, Adventure Out of Time. Right here in this spot. Jack, don't! Don't, Jack, no! It's son of a bitch. I told you. He sent one of his cronies instead. Hush, Jack. Hush. Oh, God. Referencing Adventure Out of Times. Fun times and Adventure Out of Time. Alright, here we are on the docking bridge. Got some speaking tubes right here to communicate with each other. Probably when warping the ship and everything. And docking it and all that fun stuff. And then we got a telephone with the telemotors and the helm to dock it. That's right, folks. You could literally steer the ship from over here on the very back. Hey, you had a good view as to how close you were to the pier, so, you know, that's perfect. Well, okay, everybody. This is where I'm going to call it an episode. We ended up going through the entire demo 401. Obviously, I can't wait for it to be updated again, and there's going to be more. So it's going to be even longer of a playthrough to go through. So, everybody, please give my channel a like. Leave some comments. Please, guys, tell me what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this full tour of Demo 401. I had a lot of fun going through it again. Really, really nice. So, okay, everybody. All my captains, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.